From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the LA Chargers. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. More from L.A. in a moment. Right to the air goes Nix. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And they want to get him going early in this one because, remember, he struggled throwing the football last week, and he's firing away to start this one. But that one was incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Nix. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards the pickup there.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Here's Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. They'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Well, this defense for the Chargers, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Nix to the air. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On 4th down, out is the rookie 6th-round pick, Jeremy Crawshaw, to punt. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They're able to complete this with Tyler Conklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Chargers at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
2nd and 10. Now a run. Here's the 1st-round pick from April's draft. And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 37. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Run! Set. 380. Run! Set.
Trying to run for it with Hampton. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And that's why you spend a 1st-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Black 80. Black. Ready.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
Set. Cap it.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
It's a gain of 8.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Set. Wide 80. Hut. Home troops right. Set.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Set. Lion. Ready.
Herbert. On the out route, he finds Johnston. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Quentin Johnston, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Chargers 7, Broncos 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A give up from middle to Dobbins. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he'll go down shy of 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they come into top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Definitely going to need to be physical with these receivers, whether that's right at the line of scrimmage, trying to jam them and bump them off their routes, or when the ball arrives and you go ahead and put your shoulder into them and try and knock it loose.
To throw is Nix. A short throw to Ingram. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. On play action, here's Nix. And his pass incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now it's Nix. And he'll go down. Dropped down at the 20-yard line. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On first down, it's Hampton. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Trey Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 34. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
1st and 10.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Here's Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Hampton. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
Set. 45. One. Ready.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. Now, I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
A draw play, Hampton. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Len McConkey from 17 yards out. And the Chargers take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now 14-0.
Broncos nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing Nix. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. To throw, here's Nix. That is caught. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 20.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
He's brought down at the
There's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried to barrel him through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. Another run here with Dobbins. be close to a first down at the Chargers' 35. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Nick's going to give to Harvey. Brought down at the 20.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 20, here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Nix. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. They'll go for a gain of 7. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have the Broncos' first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. A quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. They'll come up now, 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Home troops right.
Out of the gun, Herbert. His throw incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Kappa.
Herbert now. Open man right side. That's McConkey. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now it's Herbert. To the left side, he's got McConkey. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half.
Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Run! Set. 380. Run! 380. Run!
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Now Herbert going to change the look.
2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of the best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Herbert throwing again. And this is caught. He's got a touchdown. Ladd McConkey as the 1st half is winding down. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, pardon?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Here's Nix. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. He's past the 30. And he is finally going to be taken down. Boy, that could have been a really late swing here, but the attempt to return the field goal snuffed out. And that'll do it for this first half.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They'll work inside here, Hampton.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here comes third and the length of the football.
Set. 80. Rep.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Fielded just inside the 30. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Nix to the air. A short throw to Ingram. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Oh, I said. Ready.
A give, Dobbins trying the right side. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll air this one out from Mims. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 15. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Charger drive about to get going. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Zone read, a give to Hampton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 63 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. They'll get it up near midfield at 49 before being taken down.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Herbert. And this is incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And the Chargers.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Lion. Hey, ram.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And nothing much materializing there in the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down at 7. A run once more with Hampton. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. brings up third
Defensively,
down
we
and
always
7.
know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. Open man here is Conklin. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 14. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now it's Hampton. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Third and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 3rd and 4.
Cap it.
On the handoff, it's Hampton. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line.
This was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
To throw is Nix. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
They're going. It's Nix. And Ingram holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now it's Nix. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Ready. Bombers, bombers, bombers.
Looking to throw. Nix. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Now a first down carry for Harris. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Two things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
Here's Herbert. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
380. Set.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. He was true on his first. This is a tough one from 49 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run straight ahead with Harvey. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 5. Throwing Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
To throw, here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. Big strides, look at him go. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Adam Troutman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game.
11. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Here's Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
380. Run. Set. 59, 59.
Hey, watch him right there, watch him right there.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Lion.
Herbert's going to give to Hampton.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line.
Delta, hunt.
Up the middle is Hampton. And they will only muster a yard here at the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Herbert now. That is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
9 yards to go.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Kappa. Ready.
Herbert. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And that nearly intercepted. The free safety rolling into position, almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw. Nix. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hope they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Ready. Ready. Bombers, bombers, bombers.
Operating from the gun, Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Well, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st down, it's Hampton. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for a 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Give them 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here is 3rd and 5.
5-9, 5-9. Set. 380. Set.
Now here's another carry for Harris. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We got to create a turnover. If there's one more score, and this game's over.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
Go.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But Some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Short throw caught by Dulcich. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Working out of the gun is Nix. And his throw is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
And this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Ready. 180. Chill.
Here's Nix once more. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now we're first and 10 at the 11.
Bombers. Ready.
Here's Nix. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Los Angeles, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.